system.
An Italian teacher's been suspended for hiding the answers to an exam in salami sandwiches handed out to students. The photocopied crib sheets were discovered by a suspicious invigilator. Independent Radio News.
Great talk all the time. 1053, 1089 AM. Talk Radio.
Talk Radio, can I help you?
Hi, can I talk to Ian, please?
Stand by. Getting busy all over the place. This is the flavor.
Let me just write this down. Maniac. Let's go to High Wycombe, Ashley.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm a bit of a wazzock, I'm afraid.
Are you?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
I've got beautiful long hair. I've still got a fabulous pair of legs.
Is the long hair on the legs, though?
No!
Ian Collins and the creatures of the night.
Look, Jerky, I don't need to talk to you.
Brace yourself.
Oh, yes, indeed. Welcome to a Tuesday morning, 16th of July, 1996. This is Talk Radio, 1053, 1089 on AM. That's medium wave, 24 hours a day. Ian Collins until 1. Joined by the creatures of the night, Nick Abbott, Eric 1. We'll have a chat to him between now and then, find out what's going on his show as he fills in for us, because we're filling in for Whaley, who's filling in for Paul Ross. It's a simple process when you break it down. It's scientific, really. Talk Radio, yes, it is. We're back on the phones in half a mo. Free call 0500 1053 89, and you can just crowbar a fax in there as well on 0171 636 1053. That's 0171 636 1053. We've got a weird story before we go back to the faxes. This is bizarre. This is bizarre, isn't it? We were talking just before the show. This is like really weird.
Yeah, because I was listening to it, trying to make sure it was all right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the companies, they've sent us some dodgy stories.
We've had some weird stories
where
before.
People really question
that's right,
the truthfulness of it.
Yeah, that's right, the authenticity of our tales on these weird stories. They are bizarre. But I mean, you always know it's because Asher walked out halfway through because you were that freaked out by the weird story.
I had to get out.
You couldn't handle it.
I lost it, Ian.
You did lose it.
Please don't do that again.
No, we'll try not to. We won't make them so weird next time. Because we've had a sneaky preview.
This one even scared me, and I've heard them all.
Yeah, that's right.
I've heard them all.
There's not a weird story that can come your way that doesn't surprise you anymore until this.
This one, I went, never.
How
can... Wow.
That's bizarre. It's all about a circus performer.
Yeah.
And I suppose the hassles of becoming a circus performer.
And things that happen in the circus.
Yeah, the kind of stuff that goes on.
that goes on. And
under that great big roof.
Because when I was growing up, I wanted to be a circus freak.
Did you really? Yes.
Yeah, I've mentioned this before.
Yes.
And, I had a brief stint in the circus. I'll tell you about that.
Did you really?
Yeah. But, it didn't quite work out, and this story hit home just too much.
Really
weird.
That's
why I never want to go back to the circus.
Very bizarre.
This story just sort of sums up all my nightmarish experiences in the circus.
All right, we've got 10 seconds, and the weird story's coming on. We're counting down. Asher, can you handle staying all the way through this?
Oh, I don't know.
See what you can do.
I'll try.
Try and listen to the other half. It's bizarre as we present a Tuesday morning weird story. Here we go.
This is really weird. Barnum and Bailey is arguably the most high-profile circus show the world has ever seen. Henri Bendino was, for a while, part of that most prestigious circular show. Henri was the amazing rubber man who would woo the crowds with his amazing display of limb dislocation and body stretching. He'd practiced for years to be able to increase his height from 5'8" to an incredible 6 foot, while the audience were rolling up. Young Henri was literally stretching out. He was able to wrap his legs around his neck, and indeed his neck around his legs. He could disconnect his shoulder sockets to allow his arms to spin like demented windmills. In fact, whatever the request, the versatile Venetian was able to oblige. After much soul-searching, Signor Bendino found his ultimate nugget. It was an idea that would not only impress the audience because of its danger, but would also illustrate Henri's sheer strength. The idea was to use 2 enormous horses. He would strap his feet to the end of one and his hands to the end of another. A member of the audience would then be asked to fire a starting pistol. The horses would attempt to bolt, and Henri, using all his might, would stop them from doing so. The mere display of one man's strength over two gigantic beasts had to be a winner. For those of you who think you've already predicted the end of this story, listen on. Henri successfully performed the routine for some 6 months. The crowds loved it. The audiences increased, and Henri Bendino's reputation as a circus performer was firmly on the map. Circuses have for years attracted the unwelcome attention of animal rights protesters. And it was this that caused Henri his biggest problem. He was forever receiving letters, and indeed threats to quit the act on the basis that he exploited animals. Henri naturally refused and continued to perform his cunning stunt to the delights of the increasing crowds. It was one Saturday evening that Henri really wished he'd listened to his protesters. Henri had almost completed his act and was about to go into his famous finale. The ringmaster had brought in the 2 horses and securely tied Henri to the usual places. He then requested the assistance of a member of the audience to check the various attachments and to fire the starting pistol. The volunteer did as he was told and awaited Henri's instruction to fire the gun. There was tension. Eventually, after much build-up, Henri gave a nod. Unfortunately, the volunteer had other ideas. He dropped the starting pistol and instead pulled a real gun from his pocket. He aimed at Henri's head and pulled the trigger. The crowd could not believe what they were seeing. The ringmaster simply froze. Henri didn't have time to realize what was happening, and the lone animal rights protester wished he hadn't bothered because the gun had malfunctioned and didn't fire. Within seconds, a stage hand had released Henri from his chains, and Henri stood to face his attempted murderer. The man looked petrified and stared at Henri, aching for forgiveness. Henri had other ideas. He pushed the man to the ground, and he kicked the living daylights out of him. The man was dead, and the great circus performer was, although viewed sympathetically, sentenced to 6 years in prison for manslaughter. Someone, somewhere, would probably say that this was Henri Bendino's longest stretch. Strange, but true.
No, I said it was bizarre. That's as bizarre as you can get.
I told you, it just brought back horrible memories.
You're
okay
all right,
there?
Asher. You're all right.
No.
You okay?
No, I'm not. No.
I'm sorry about that. It had to be done. The nation required the story. Don't cry.
I'm all right.
Yeah, big girl's blouse.
Carry on, Ian. Ignore me.
Talk Radio. Free call 0500 1053 89. Lines are busy at the moment. Hello to you if you've just flicked on. Let's go to Orpington. Babs.
Oh, matron. How can I
Matron.
follow that in my life?
Isn't that weird?
It was. I
That's
love
so
those
weird.
stories.
Oh, they're so bizarre.
I used to read them out to you when you first started on this radio show. I used to come on and I used to read you out these weird stories. I don't know if you remember.
Do I remember? Do I remember? What a question. God, of course I don't remember. What are you like?
Oh, dear. Right,
Anyway.
Right, while I've been hanging on the phone, I've actually got a couple of more things, actually, about missing celebrities.
Yes.
Firstly, to answer, I don't know who it was who come on with the Metal Mickey, or if it was just your idea. But if you actually rent out Quadrophenia...
Yes.
I don't know if you remember Metal Mickey, because I used to love watching it.
You used to like it?
Yeah, I did.
What are you, twisted?
No, because of Irene Handel.
Yes.
She used to remind me of my nan.
She was lovely.
She was good, she was. Yeah, the son, the man who played the son in it, he was actually in Quadrophenia.
Was he?
Yeah, he's one of
Because I
the
only
ones.
really remember her.
They're the only two I remember, actually, is Irene and this guy.
I remember Irene and the Robot.
Yeah.
It was so unfunny, though.
It was, wasn't it?
Saturday afternoon.
I used to watch it, see if the Metal Mickey was going to break down.
Didn't he used to eat sweets or something?
I think
Special
it was nuts, wasn't it, or something? Yeah.
Nuts?
Yeah.
Possibly. Who am I to argue?
Dear. Yeah, the other... sorry, I've got two missing celebrities. One is from way back in my childhood, is Christopher Lillicrap.
Oh, blimey. Christopher with the guitar.
Yeah, the curly hair.
Yeah, Christopher Lillicrap.
Yeah, I've seen his name on credits for a few programmes.
Yes, it's not a name you're likely to forget, is it?
No,
Christopher
no.
Lillicrap. Obviously, his real name, you wouldn't change it to that, would you?
No, exactly. He used to present that Knock Knock Who's There on a Sunday.
Yeah,
That's what I remember. And the other one, who some people said to me, oh, he's dead, but he's not. Brian Cant.
No, Brian Cant is not dead.
No, he's not. He's alive and kicking.
The last time I saw him, he was presenting a thing on, like, Sunday morning at about 5 o'clock called, I think it was called Dapple Down Farm.
Oh, blimey.
Like a kid's thing. Brian Cant and some stuffed horses. It's very interesting. I really liked that.
Like him, though.
But he was a top man, Brian Cant.
Brilliant.
Play away.
Oh, God, bric-a-brac and...
Yeah, he dominated kids' TV during that era. But
great.
he went... Do you remember Chloe Ashcroft?
Yes, I do.
On Play School.
And what was that other one? She had a really weird name. She's a black woman.
Floella Benjamin.
That's right, yeah.
She still pops up, Floella.
Yes, she does, doesn't she?
She does all sorts of things. But one of the other all-time gods of that era was a guy called Fred Harris.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember Fred?
Yeah.
I mean, what was he all about, for goodness sake?
Spoon, wasn't it?
Fred Harris.
The wooden spoon,
hey.
That's what I remember. And Bod and things like that.
Yeah, Bod, here comes Bod. But do you remember Derek Griffiths?
Yes, I do. He was
top
brilliant.
Man. And still, you know what he's doing now?
He's doing voiceovers, isn't he?
He's doing that, but he's also, I think he's still in it, but he was the lead in Miss Saigon.
Really?
Yeah. No mucking around with old Derek. He's, top man in theatrical terms.
He used to do a lot of things, voiceovers with animals, didn't
he? He used to do that, yes. He used to...
Johnny Morris there.
Yeah, Johnny Morris, yeah. He was also the, played the part of an Arab sheik in the film version of... Are You Being Served?
Oh, right.
Yeah, he was in that.
Right.
Certainly was. Johnny Ball, of course, Zoe's dad.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I used to love John. I still do it.
Yeah, I like him. Bamba Gascoigne, what's he doing? What's Bamba Gascoigne doing right now? This minute? What do you think Bamba is up to this very second?
Probably watching, what's his name, present University Challenge. And
Jeremy Paxman.
I doing that.
Jeremy Paxman. Yes.
Yes.
Anyhow.
There's loads of people I remember, though, from childhood.
Awesome. Lovely ones.
Absolutely amazing.
Babs, you're a star.
And you, mate.
Speak to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's Babs in sunny Orpington. Let's go to Suffolk. Sarah.
Hello.
Is it Sarah or Sarah?
It's Sarah.
Sarah.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm ringing about skirts, mini skirts.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I quite agree with everyone's comment that we women do wear skirts to be looked at.
Yes.
I thrive on being looked at when I'm in my short skirts.
Do you really?
I do. I live in my short skirts. I go out...
You live in them?
Well, not literally.
Metaphorically speaking.
Metaphorically, indeed, yes.
So were you to mooch around the merry streets of Suffolk in your short skirt and not be looked at, you'd be worried?
I'd be worried. But then my legs, if I may say so, are sort of fairly long and shapely.
Are they?
I'm quite used to getting looks and just enjoying it.
I think I've probably just fallen in love with you. I thought I'd tell you that as well. So you don't mind being looked at?
No, it's just an ego boost. You just need it. I just live.
Have you got a baboon there with you?
I have, no.
Sounds very like some kind of old Suffolk menagerie there. But
oh yes, we have lots of those in Suffolk.
So what do you do for a living, Sarah?
I work with horses.
You work with horses?
Yes, I do.
I'd never have guessed that. So you work with what? You train them? You ride them?
I train and ride. Yes.
Right. I see.
Yeah, and then by night I am the long-legged
lover from Suffolk.
Yes.
Is that right?
My friends do say, as my friend just did say, I am a great rider, which is just wonderful to know.
Well, it's very interesting to know that. I shall remember next time I'm driving through Suffolk.
Yeah.
So what's the situation if a guy whistles at you? Is that all right?
Yeah, you just wiggle a bit and just sort of turn around and smile, What else are you supposed to do? If you're going to wear that sort of stuff, you can't go around being, oh, my God, they're looking at me.
Yes.
You just have to live from it.
You do, indeed. What about shouting out comments?
Well, you just shout back. You just say, you just take a look at the man and you just make a comment on one part of his anatomy. That's not normally...
Yes. So you are, by your own admission, long-legged, fairly attractive, and you wiggle a bit.
I do,
Now, I want to put my cynical hat on here, Sarah.
You do.
Don't be offended, I merely offer the critique to you.
Yeah.
Are you really, beneath all of this superficial image, a bit of an old moose?
No, not in the slightest. I would quite refute that remark.
You would. I just had to ask, you know, from a journalistic point of view, I'd have been failing in my duty had I not put that sort of question to you.
You're quite right to say that.
I thought I would.
No, I'm not. I know when I go out clubbing, as I do sort of 3 times a week, when I'm 4 times a week most days.
Wow.
Well, you know, you have to live. I mean, you're only young once.
That's what they say, yes.
That is what they say.
Well, I'm just an old whippersnapper myself, you see. Just a babe at 16, me, you see.
Well, I know I'm not. I know when I start dancing on the stage, the men just circle around me, and it's just the most.
Do they really?
It is an amazing feeling.
Do they really?
It is.
Goodness me.
Stunning, and you just think, wow.
When I'm looking for horse riding lessons, I'll know where to come.
You come to Suffolk. There's lots of riders around here. We love it.
I'll look for some personal tuition, Sarah.
Oh, I will give it to you with pleasure.
You take care.
I will.
Thanks for your call.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That's Sarah in Suffolk, who, between me and you, I reckon's a bit of an old bag at heart. Talk Radio, it's a free call, 0500 1053 89. We'll return in half a mo. Yes, we will. And, well, lampposts.
If you like living on the edge, here are a couple of things you might try. Drive through a safari park with the windows down. Take a walk in the Gulf with Andy McNabb. But if you do enjoy taking risks, at all costs avoid your local Rover dealer, because he's got a way to finance a spanking new Rover 200 that's completely trauma-free. It's called Rover Select. It can even be the way to driving a new Rover every 2 years. Yet you know exactly what you're getting into from day one, which does make life more predictable than, say, eating prawns in Delhi or strolling through the Green Channel after a weekend in Amsterdam. Well, the choice is yours. A relaxed life starts at your nearest Rover dealer. Just call 0345 186 186 for the address. Credit is available to those aged 18 or over, subject to status. A deposit is required and a guarantee may be necessary. Written quotation available on request from Rover Finance Limited, a member of NatWest Group. No worries there either. Look, if you really can't stand the lack of strain in buying a Rover 200 with Rover Select, just walk into any bar in Palermo and say, "Hello, I'm the new magistrate."
You know, there's something we like when we buy Lucinda's new pony. A driver's airbag.
With Barclay Loan, you can win one of 25 Rover 416 SIs instantly. Barclay Loan, at every branch of Barclays now.
Absolutely. This promotion ends on the 31st of August, 1996, and no purchase is necessary. Full details are available at any Barclays branch.
Great talk all the time. 1053, 1089 AM. Talk Radio. Ian Collins is waiting for your call on free call 0500 1053 89. Or fax him on 0171 636 1053.
It's the big one, giving it the big one on a Tuesday morning, 16th of July. How are you doing? It's Ian Collins in for James Whale. He's doing breakfast. Yes, he's up at the crack of dawn doing his thing between 6:30 and 10. Paul Ross is on holiday, and filling in for me, where I would normally be on at 1 in the morning, is Nick Abbott, and we'll have a chat to Nick and find out what glorious delights, if any, he's going to throw our way through the night. Let's go to Tipton. Eddie. Are you there, Eddie? Eddie's gone. Maybe he's died. Let's go to Bristol. Ted.
Hello there.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, on this subject of ladies' dresses.
Yes.
I used to work in parts of the Near East and sometimes in Eastern Europe, you know, where dresses were a bit more modest. And I found that I would be sort of more interested, or at least locked into a lady's hair, eyes, mouth, and her personality became, you know, more important. Whereas these days, unless I'm turning into a dirty old man, it's possible, I suppose.
I think probable is the word you're looking for, Ted.
I find it more difficult to lock in on the, you know, above the shoulders so much, because they're wearing terribly tight blouses, transparent, and it's distracting. And, you know, I don't know whether it does them any justice at all, because I think you drift away from from their personalities, it's less apparent, you know. I think,
you can't keep your eyes off.
Well, it's more difficult. You know, I think maybe some of these Asian cultures have got something, you know. I'm not saying we should have our ladies veiled up to the eyeballs. I'm not saying that at all, but I think one of the earlier callers said that she got more looks in a long dress, and I think perhaps there is something where it's not so boldly displayed, you know, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe a lot of these girls aren't really they're getting the wolf whistles, they're getting the looks, but I wonder what those guys are really thinking. How high in esteem factor are they holding these girls?
Yeah, interesting point, Ted. Good on you. Thank you for that. Ted, who's about to lose his eyesight by the sounds of things, whatever he's doing. Let's go to Luton. Mark.
Oh, yeah?
Hello.
You all right?
Yes.
After 39 redials, I got through to you.
Well, hey.
Hey. Nice to speak to you. It was an old programme. This is really sad, but I bought one of these CDs. It was like a TV hit CD.
Oh, yes.
And I found an old programme theme. It was by Ron Grainer, Tales the Unexpected. Oh, he's got it.
That one. Yes.
That was a bit unexpected.
What we can get anything on in a mini-second here, you see.
Oh,
Tales of the Unexpected, yeah.
Oh, I loved the series.
It was a top show.
It was.
Absolute top show. Why somebody doesn't bring it back, I've no idea.
Well, it's funny to say, I wrote to Anglia, this is really sad, I wrote to Anglia Television recently, and they reckon, because they don't own the rights anymore...
Oh, who owns it? Do they know?
They wouldn't tell me, but they said that some new channels bought it.
Really?
So it could be a dodgy satellite, or it could be the new...
Channel 5. Well, it could well be, couldn't it? Because it was an Anglia production, and the initial shows of Tales of the Unexpected, Roald Dahl himself would sit there, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And introduce the thing, because they were all his tales. But then, of course, as it went on, they had other stories in there. Some brilliant stories.
Excellent.
Some really good stories.
Oh, yeah.
Top show.
Do you remember the Hitchhiker one?
Hitchhiker?
Yeah. The hitchhiker walking down the road, and it was like awful rain. It was really awful rain, and a really bad night. And I think this car passed, and this lady said to this guy who's driving the car, "Well, pull over. Let's pick up that person. We feel sorry for him, you know." So he pulled over. This guy got in the car in the back and never said anything. And after a period of time, the hitchhiker strangled someone in the car, and it crashed, and that was it.
Oh my goodness.
Someone woke up in hospital, but we weren't sure if the person that survived, it was the husband or the hitchhiker. So.
Bad news.
Yeah, scary.
Oh, dear, yes. Good old Tales of the Unexpected.
So I'm looking forward to that coming back.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Good on you, Mark.
But not about Rent-A-Ghost and the others. I don't know about them.
No, Rent-A-Ghost we can do without. Never did anything for me as a kid.
And Metal Mickey, I'd like to see some repeats of that. That was great.
You wouldn't really?
Yeah, and
You
he
wouldn't.
used to eat nuts and bolts. That's right.
Was it nuts and bolts?
Yeah.
I knew he had something. Very worrying. Cheers, Mark.
Thanks a lot.
Take care. Bye-bye. Let's go to Accrington. Ricky. Hello, sir.
All right.
Good morning.
About women wearing skirts and that.
Yes.
Well, in Accrington, we've two nightclubs called the Funnies and the Lardy Dies. And if in miniskirts.
Ah, that's the way it should be. Let's go to Accrington. Thank you very much indeed for that, Ricky. It sounds like it's the thing to do. 12:25, this is Talk Radio. Ian Collins in the hot seat for James Whale. Give us a bell. You have time to get a point across or a call in. It's free call, 0500 10 53 89. That's the number. Or on the faxes, you can do that too. It's 0171, that's the code bit, 636 1053. 0171 636 1053. No messing around. Just say what it is you've got to say. Get it off your chest. As long as your cranium department, the brain, is in first gear, that's all we require. It's no big stipulation. It's just common sense. And deep down inside, you know, it does make absolute sense. Simple, straightforward stuff. We are looking for celebrities who've disappeared over the years and trod a path to oblivion. Wherever they went, we don't know. How can somebody be that famous for so many years and then just go? What is it? TV producers decide they need a new trend, a new fashion. The person themselves voluntarily drops out the spotlight. I don't know how it happens, but there are so many in either music, in acting, sometimes in politics, who are there, right at the top of the ladder in their career. Big, big, high-profile stuff. Theatre, TV, whatever. And then they're gone. And you never hear of them again. Yeah, sure, they made their money. Absolutely. They're doing very well. Got a nice big house in the country and running a very, very nice antique shop, thank you very much, or something similar. That's often the case. But why no more on TV? If you were a producer, you'd be crying out for some of these people. If they voluntarily retire, Ronnie Barker springs to mind in that mode, that's fine. But some just fall by the wayside, and for whatever reason, TV producers say, no, we better not touch them. You know, no, they're old-fashioned, old hat. It's not what people want. You know, not what people want. That's not true. Sometimes producers underestimate what the audience is all around. And, of course, some of those old favourites that UK Gold and such channels are showing now are gaining massive viewers because people like that old stuff. I mean, you'd have to go a long way to beat the comedy of Frank Spencer, for example. Although somebody disagreed earlier on, it ain't half hot, Mum. Sure, there were worrying connotations which some people didn't like, but on the whole, the series in general was very funny, all that kind of stuff. For many reasons, they're not shown, but what's more, the people in them are not booked or hired anymore. Where do they go? We're discussing that. We're discussing miniskirts and women wearing them and wolf whistling and all the rest of it. Whatever else you like, it's up to you. Free call, 0500 10 53 89. Give us a shout. Don't go away. Bruce with you in half a mo. Let's go to Southampton. Maggie.
Hello.
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 I just want to say one thing.
Yes. Absolutely.
Where have they gone?
Wolf whistling. Men are afraid to do it, you see.
I know. I read in the paper where some girl took a bloke to court because he whistled at her.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I came from the 50s.
Did you?
Yeah, my heyday was in the 50s.
Oh, yeah.
Big band sound and the new look.
Oh, yeah, all that.
All that. And the DA.
The DA, yes.
The DA, you won't remember the DA.
Well, I know what one is. It's the old hairdo, yes.
First girl in Southampton to have a DA.
Were you really?
I was.
Oh, how proud you must be now you mention it.
I went to a man's hairdresser to get a DA.
You had a DA?
DA.
Did he think it was dodgy that you were having a DA?
Well, he said he'd never cut on a woman before, but
yes.
It looked great.
It looked great?
Yep.
Right.
But, I don't know, I think if you walked down the high street with your latest gear on and you didn't get a wolf whistle, you went home and had a look and see what was wrong with you.
Wolf whistles were the norm.
You know, everything's dropped south now, but in those days I had...
in many ways.
Yeah, everything's dropped.
Is that right?
I've been married 41 years now.
41 years?
Yeah. But...
don't get that for robbery, do you, these days?
24-inch waist and... Yep.
Yeah?
Long legs.
Oh, I'm sure the heart's still there,
big
Maggie.
Band. Yep, yeah, I don't know where... The kids now think they've invented fashion, but believe you me...
They don't know anything.
No, they don't know anything.
Hey,
no.
Thanks for that, Maggie.
Right.
Thanks a lot. Cheers. That's Maggie, who, by her own admission, is old. Let's go to Nottingham. Bruce.
Yes, hello.
Hello, sir.
What a great programme. It's
Thank you.
really interesting. Can I just say that my missus is a moose because no one will whistle at my missus because she's got a fat bum.
She's got a fat bum?
Oh, she's gross, believe me, gross.
You don't like big bums?
Oh, no. Well, anyway, I'll go to the... no, hang on a minute. Let's go to another subject about the ladies with short skirts.
Oh, yes.
In Nottingham, it's 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah, 3 women to 1 man.
Is it?
That's what I reckon.
I'm living in the wrong place.
In certain parts in Nottingham.
Yes.
But I'm looking for my other 2. But,
they're around.
But in the centre of Nottingham today, you should see the talent. That's what I've got to say.
The talent, eh?
Yes.
There's a euphemism.
Sorry?
The talent.
It was good.
Really?
Yes. I look at a nice woman just because they look nice, not because of the sexual prerogative.
I see, yes.
Because I'm a saint, you know.
Yeah, well, I never thought any different, Bruce. Thank you very much for that. Good on you. That's Bruce in Nottingham. This show is about as politically correct as Bernard Manning, isn't it? Talk Radio, it's a free call, 0500 10 53 89. The talent, for goodness sake. Well, women do call men crumpet as well, and talent, it's got to be said. You see, we don't want to run away from what we really do as human beings, and people over the last couple of years have told us we shouldn't be looking and ogling and whistling, etc. That's all fine, you know, it's when you do things you're not allowed to do that it starts to get all dodgy. Talk Radio, we'll take a brief break. We're back in half a mo. If you're hanging on, don't go away. It's 0500 10 53 89. Anything you like, we'll return.
now. Have your say. Free call 0500 1053 89. Great talk all the time. 1053 1089 AM. Talk Radio. Ian Collins. And the creatures of the night on Talk Radio.
We're back. Let's go to Hertfordshire. Steve. He's there somewhere. Steve.
Yes.
Yes, hello.
Oh, hello, Steve.
No, you're Steve.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Happy Christmas. Let's go to Hillary in Pontypridd.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
What happened to Billy Dainty?
Billy Dainty. I think he died.
Oh, he didn't.
I believe he died, yeah.
Please don't say that.
No, I believe he did.
He was so sweet.
Sorry to be the bearer of that news, but I believe he's...
awful. That's absolutely awful.
I believe he's joined the Great Theatre in the Sky.
Oh.
I met him once very briefly. I was working as a blue coat for Pontins, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. And he walked in dressed as a security guard. And, of course, everybody thought, hang on, that's Billy Dainty, but surely he doesn't work here as a security guard. I don't know what he was doing, but he, made everybody laugh. Very funny man.
So sweet. He was honestly so sweet, honestly.
I believe he died.
I can remember going at the backstage of Cardiff New Theatre.
Yes.
And he commented about, sort of some perfume that we had on, and it was silly stuff, And he gave us all these little things that he was, sort of promotion things. He was a very nice guy. May I comment on something else?
Yes, you can.
Tales of the Unexpected.
Oh, yes.
Do we know that our James Whale, he plays it all the time?
James Whale?
Yes.
Yes.
He's probably in the syndicate.
He could be.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Making money all the time.
Oh, yes. Thanks, Hillary.
Bye.
Cheers, Talk Radio. James Well has too much money. That is official. Yes, but he doesn't spend it on hair restorer, that's for sure. Let's go to Manchester. Claire, hello.
Hi, Ian.
Hi.
Hiya. Initially, I wanted to remark on our friend Sarah, but just before I do, is it all right if I just tell you where Mark can watch his Tales of the Unexpected?
Please tell us.
Carlton Select do it on cable.
Carlton Select on cable?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Now we know where they are.
And I got through on 8 redials.
Did you?
Yes.
You were luckier than the 39 redials.
I certainly was.
It's luck of the draw, because it's possible, obviously, to get through first time.
Yeah.
Somebody has to.
Yeah, this is very true.
So there we are.
Very true. Bruce in Nottingham, you can tell him the prettiest girls come from Nottingham.
Is that right?
I don't know what he's griping about.
Is that your hometown, then?
No, it's my mother's hometown.
Your mother's hometown?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, my hometown's Leicester.
Leicester?
Yeah.
And now you're in Manchester?
Yes. Don't ask me what I'm doing.
You sound very disappointed by that.
I am at the moment. I'm having a bit of a rough time at the moment.
Are you really?
I am, yeah.
Well, swings and roundabouts and all that stuff.
Well, let's hope it picks up.
It'll sort. It'll sort.
It will. No, our friend Sarah, she's a bit up above herself, isn't she?
Sarah the horse rider, who is apparently going to give me private tuition on the back of a horse.
Oh, in what?
In what?
Yeah.
Well, in her miniskirt. That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Can you imagine? No, I prefer to wear my skirts and my dresses sort of like just above knee length. It makes the men wonder.
What, wonder or wonder?
Well, wonder. Wonder as in,
not wonder, yes. Matron. I see, yes. As long as we got that right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. No. The shorter they are, then it doesn't give them men anything to think about, does it? Because they can see it all.
A bit of imagination is required in the proceedings, you see.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, it's more exciting.
Absolutely.
It's more exciting. So, if Mark's still listening, tell him Carlton Select has got it.
Claire, you're a star.
I know.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Talk Radio. Free call 0500 1053 89. Taunton, Frank.
Good evening, Ian.
Hello, sir.
How do you... Ladies on horsebacks, mate, they're mooses.
Yeah, it could be the case, I think.
I've got a celeb for you here.
Yes.
Might be a bit back for a time. Simon D.
Gosh.
Remember he used to come down the multi-story in his E-Type Jag at the beginning of his programme?
I don't know what happened to that man.
He was the original Noel Edmonds superstar.
He was a very well-known figure.
I remember it well. He interviewed Shirley Bassey on his programme one night, and he put his feet up on the desk, and he was a little bit disrespectful. And he made a remark about a mayor's wife passing her driving test, and he said something about bunging the examiner a few quid, and the next thing, wallop, the rug was pulled out from under him.
Gone.
And he was gone, wasn't he?
It's amazing.
Absolutely, yeah. In his day, he was like a superstar, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of people whose face sometimes doesn't fit for a length of time.
And what about Frank O'Flynn, the Irish high diving champion at the Seoul Olympics? Do you remember what happened to him?
No.
He did a dive with a maximum degree of difficulty. Triple back somersault with full twist. Immaculate dive, got no points.
Why?
Well, he came out, he queried the judges, and he said, what was wrong with my dive? And they said, nothing. He said, well, why no points? He said, well, your donkey jacket's ripped and your wellies were filthy.
Thank you, Frank. Take care. Talk Radio. Hey, we don't mind the odd bit of unfunny material on this show. Down to London, Mark.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
Good. It was really a response to our friend Sarah, the horse rider.
Yes.
With respect to her, when she goes clubbing, for example, all the young ladies that are in these, I don't go clubbing myself, I'm too old for it now, but you see all these young girls wandering the streets at 12, 13, 14, looking 21, 22, 23. They get into these clubs, they're looking at people like Sarah, for example, and they're thinking, well, she's got one or two men looking at her. My skirt's not long enough. My skirt's not short enough.
Yep.
So off they go, down to Topshop or wherever they get them from nowadays, and they buy a shorter one. Now, obviously living in London, we see a lot of short skirts around here, especially when the sun comes out. These young girls that keep disappearing, getting raped in side alleys, people wolf whistling, young girls turning around, smiling, wiggling their rears, etc. It's just, to me, it's absolutely ludicrous, because all that's saying is, come on, hello, follow me, we'll have a laugh and a joke. Then all of a sudden it turns sour, and some poor young lady is regretting it for the rest of her life. Now, I'm looking for kids. Well, I'm not looking for kids. We'll be having a family soon. Excuse me. But there is no way on earth that my daughter will go out with a skirt halfway up her back and a blouse halfway down to her belly.
I've got to say, I'm in a similar kind of boat, and I think I'd go along with you on that one as well. I think I'd be the strictest dad in the world.
Well, I mean, it's,
I'd like to think I wouldn't, but I think I eventually would.
Yeah, I'm a full-blooded male, the same as 99.9% of other men. But it doesn't do anything for me personally. All I think is, my better half, who's in bed at the moment, she doesn't wear long skirts by her own... doesn't wear short skirts by her own choice, because she finds it derogatory.
But how would you feel if she did?
Well, she doesn't like it at the moment. She looks after the elderly, and she walks to work, which is only 200 yards up the road, in a nurse's uniform. And she finds it absolutely disgusting that people shout, whistle. I mean, this is at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Shout and whistle. And I mean, I'd go.
Does that bother you? It does bother you?
It does bother me in respect of I walk her to work when it's dark. I'm on the road myself anyway. But when I can't physically be there, if somebody stops, let's say, she's only a small girl, let's say it's an average build chap, wants to drag her into the car, wants to drag her over the hedge, she has physically no chance of stopping him.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, I can't get her to walk to work in a pair of jeans and change at work. She won't do it.
But whether, crikey, I understand your concern and share it as well, but if somebody was going to carry out that kind of attack, it wouldn't really much matter what she was wearing, would it?
No. I mean, the fortunate thing for my other half is she's very pretty anyway.
Yeah.
Both visually and characteristically, and it obviously comes through. But when you've only got to drive on a Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon or even a Saturday evening, take 10 minutes out, drive down your local high street, and you can see them. They're in short skirts.
Yep.
Even a 10-year-old lad. Some of these girls I've seen, a 10-year-old lad could drag them into a back alley. And it is worrying. I mean, there is no way on this earth that my daughter would go out looking like that. She can kick, scream, do what she likes.
Yeah.
But there is no... I'd never sleep at night.
Sure. No, I think I might be in the same position.
But
All right, Mark.
that side, coming back to celebrities, where's that wonderful man Eddie the Eagle gone?
I don't know.
He weren't much good, but he had my respect.
I saw him at BBC Television Centre about 2 years ago, and I've no idea what happened to him since.
I used to love the bloke.
I'm sure he still skis somewhere.
He's got more guts than I've got.
Good on you, Mark.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for your call. Talk Radio, free call, 0500 1053 89. Let's go to Southend. Peter. Hi.
Pete.
Hello.
Hello there.
How are you, Pete?
Well, I'm very well here.
It's Pete in the phone box on the end of Southend Pier.
I'm so live and direct.
Live and direct from Southend.
Yeah, I'll tell you,
Pete.
Have you ever shared a birthday with a famous person?
Have I?
Yeah.
Let me think. Yeah, I think I've got a feeling.
Yeah.
Who is it? John Cleese?
No. Now, it's funny tonight because you've come on tonight a little bit early.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, my birthday's the same as James Well.
Is it?
Yes, I'm a bit of a Taurus.
Bit of a Taurus there.
Yes, I'm 13th of May, I am.
13th of May, yeah?
Yes. Well, of course, I'm so young, older than sort of James Well, but me and James Well share the same birthday. Another little thing I want to bring up, a lot of people, every day they pick up the paper, the sun, or your mirror, your star, and they read the stars. I've often wondered if people actually pick the paper up and it never comes true.
Yeah, whether it actually happens.
Yeah, there's those two little points there. I mean, if you share a famous birthday, it's funny, same birthday as James Well, isn't it?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That is so weird.
That is sort of strange but true.
Strange but true, as they say.
All right,
yes.
mate, I better be going, mate.
Okay, Pete.
I'll tell you, just before you go,
yeah.
do me a favour.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get one of your car stickers, right? I've got the address again.
Yeah, the address, yeah. It's Ian Collins.
Yeah.
Talk Radio.
Yeah.
P.O. Box.
Yeah.
1089. London. W1A1PP.
Oh, I better be going, mate.
All right, Pete.
Speak to you soon. You take care, mate.
You too as well. Good on you. That's Pete in the phone box on the end of Southend Pier where it's a bit chilly. Don't go away, Valerie. Fax in here from, well, we can't see who it's from because the bottom didn't come out. It says, Ian and the Creatures, I've joined you late, but thought I'd get a quick fax in to say, Tells the Unexpected was a top show. Blah, 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 but the rest didn't come out, so we don't know who that's from. This is from Clint in Cornwall. Dear Ian, whatever happened to that hard man, Lewis Collins? Where did he go? There's a great new TV advert sending up the professionals at the moment. I saw that, I think. And I just wondered what happened to the bloke who used to talk to his mate on a large electric foil razor-type walkie-talkie thing. He's not your big brother, is he? Do you know what, Clint? Do you know what? No, he's not. Dave in Lanarkshire says Metal Mickey ate atomic thunderbusters. And where's Michael Bentine? Oh, well, Michael Bentine died about a week ago, didn't he? 2 weeks ago? Sure he did. Have I got that right? I'm sure he did. Talk Radio. Thank you, Dave, for that. If you're hanging on, we'll be there in half a mo. It's 0500 10 53 89, and Nick Abbott will chat to next.
I think we should just scrap off sides. It'll make the game more exciting, I think, and, people would enjoy it and there'd be high-scoring matches.
This has been an acid test, which it always is in Test cricket.
I'm a Geordie living in exile in London, and I think Shearer's going to go to Newcastle. There's nothing American on up here that Paul Ince is in the Bertie signing for Celtic.
The best in sports talk, 7 days a week, where the sports fan really matters.
We're talking about having a nice friendly £10 bet on the Grand Prix this weekend. I'd like to know if Damon Hill's car breaks down on the warm-up lap, will I get my stakes returned? If your horse was going down to post and broke its leg, you'd get your money refunded.
Great talk all the time. 1053, 1089 AM, Talk Radio. Great talk all the time.
And what's your wavelength?
1053, 1089 AM.
Have to listen in.
Talk Radio. Ian Collins is waiting for your call on free call 0500 1053 89 or fax him on 0171 636 1053.
Yes, how you doing, Talk Radio? It's a Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning, in, well, I reckon about 15 minutes' time. In the hot seat, doing his thing through the night, Nick Abbott. Good morning, sir.
How are you, Ian?
Yeah, I'm all right, yes.
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything at all? There might be a little button next to your thing there, where you turn it up, and is that it?
Oh, my knob.
That's the one, yes.
Got it.
Whoa.
So, how does it feel to be on early?
Well, it's a pretty weird feeling, because I keep saying good morning to everybody, and that's a bit weird in itself. But, yeah, it's strange. And it's shorter.
And you get to go to bed almost like a real human
Almost
being.
like a real person, yeah.
Well, you're the man that I should ask, because how do you do it? How do you... Because I've done overnight work before, but it was overnight security work when you don't have to, pay attention all the time.
Yeah, we used to have somebody who did that here, but they went. Well, I think you mean the overnight.
Yeah.
The overnight. Well, it sort of goes really quick, actually. I think most of the people who usually call us up, and I'm sure will call after one, have all said the same thing, that it just goes quick, and I think goes a lot quicker than if you're listening to music or something.
Do you not,
just
like at about 4, want to just kill yourself?
Well, I sometimes try at about 4. Usually about 5:02, I kind of walk out the studio and just leave it dead air,
And is it like flying to Australia every week? Because once you come off your 4 days and you've got this nice long weekend, do you continue to stay awake over the night, or do you have a complete 24-hour switch around?
No, I kind of do it gradually and then back again, sort of thing. So the Friday night, I'll go to bed Saturday morning about 2 or 3, and then Saturday night will be a normal night, and then Sunday again back to the 2 or 3, so it's sort of ready for the next day, because the first one is always, I suppose, the hardest in effect, because you had a normal weekend.
Yeah, that's right. There's no way of preparing
That's
for
right,
the
you can't
first
prepare
one.
for it. But the weekend is good. The extended weekend is good. 3
like
days.
that, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I can't
It's
get enough
actually
of it.
4 days, because you finish on Friday morning, so you've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's right,
And
4
the whole
days.
of Monday before you...
Yeah, before you're back again.
Right.
Because people always say, oh, overnight, crikey, that must kill you. And then you say you do 4 days, and they think, oh, that's a bit jammy.
How does that
really.
actually work? Because you've got 4 days off, and you work for 4 days, which is 8.
8 days a week, as the men said, 8 days a week. It's all there, somewhere.
Yes.
So after 1 o'clock, what can we expect?
Oh, people have been asking me that all day. I have no idea.
Not a clue.
No. And the management are freaking out.
They are a bit, aren't they? Yeah.
Yes.
I noticed Babs, the boss, running around like a headless something.
And it wasn't Simon D. Some bloke called in. I heard him about 10 minutes. These are for you, by the way.
All right, cheers. I thought it was a script of yours.
Yes. These are the answers to the questions I'll be asking you. Now, some bloke said it was Simon D. who said that the Transport Minister's...
wife.
Yeah, the Transport... He said that the Transport Minister's wife... slipped him a fiver.
Oh, it wasn't Simon D.
No, it was Kenny Everett.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the only genius that radio in this country has ever produced.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Well, one other, of course. Anna Rabin.
Anna. I was told that Anna smiled today.
There was that. Yeah, we heard about that. Yeah, but I can't go along with those kind of rumours. I'm not happy about that.
No.
I saw her on GMTV the other day looking like a Spaniard. Very Spanish look now. Very gorgeous. Very classy woman. I'm just digging myself back out of this one.
Yes.
On both of our behalf.
There you go.
Nick Abbott is here after 1 o'clock. Cheers, Nick.
All right.
After 1 o'clock with a marathon 5.5-hour sesh. It's the big one, and be there on free call 0500 1053 89. That's the number. And call Nick Abbott with whatever's on your mind, anything at all. It's entirely up to you. He might be back to tell us tomorrow at about the same time what he's doing, but that depends on how we feel at this end, whether we allow him back in. Gary in Northampton says, where are they now? Whatever happened to Mary Quant? Max Factor. Well, did Max Factor die a couple of weeks ago, didn't he?
Very recently, yeah.
Max Factor, who invented the word makeup, I believe, and also the word lipstick.
And Powder Puff.
And Powder Puff, too. Yeah, where is Powder Puff? Thank you for that, Gary. Good on you. Elaine in South Wales, who I've never heard of, says, Dear Ian, I must say that it's great that you are on earlier. I've never listened to you for 3 hours before. A few things for you. How did your night out with Miff go? I presume the frozen bacon butty didn't kill you. If I had another 5 hours, I'd tell you about that night out with Miff. Might explain it on another day. Also, the banana splits. Where are they, for goodness sake? Who owns those banana splits costumes? How funky that'd be to go to a fancy dress party in a banana splits outfit. And your friend's saying, oh, you've got like a simulated banana splits outfit. No, this is the real thing. Crikey. What would they say? I think the programme ended with oh no, Mondo. Was that right? It's Danger Island. But what were they? But what were the banana splits? I don't know. Tigers or baboons or something? I still am a theatre company manager, and I worked with Billy Dainty. He was a lovely person, a true pro, and I've worked with many other famous people. A lot of them leave a lot to be desired in the personality department. Absolutely right. There are some celebrities out there with no personalities. I mean, take, for example, you know, I mean, what kind of person's that? How on earth did he ever succeed? Let's go to Hampshire. Valerie, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All I wanted to talk about was miniskirts.
Yeah, have you got one on?
I think... But to be honest with you, I'm the same figure as I was when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
But I've never, ever worn really short skirts.
Really? Because I'm thinking of making it like a regulation when you call this show that you have to have a miniskirt on.
Well, I'm still in trousers at the moment because I went to work today. But, no, I wear my skirts about to my knee.
Yes.
Sometimes slightly.
Yes.
Slightly high I used to, but never really short.
Mm.
But I was on the bus a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was coming back from Havant, and I saw this girl, and I'm not kidding you. She was so fat, and she had this short skirt on, and she looked absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, it's got to be said that miniskirts are really for smaller people, I think.
And there was another girl.
I think I'm right in saying that, you know.
There was another girl taller than me.
Yeah.
I'm 5'8". And she had one up near up to her bum, and I thought she looked absolutely disgusting.
Did she really?
Because the wind blew, and you could see what she had on underneath, literally.
Oh, right, yes.
But,
yeah,
oh, by the way,
yes.
that woman asked, faxed you what I was going to ask.
What was that?
Did that night out go away?
It was very interesting, Valerie. Take care.
Bye-bye, love.
See you later. That's Valerie, who's... there. Let's go to... Oh, no, not there. Let's go, in that case, to Jermaine, who's in Archway. Not Jermaine. Dave, sorry, in Dagenham.
Hello there.
Hello.
I'd just like to say that myself, Stevie Gray, Jamie Hughes and Nick Sargent, we like girls in a longer Palmers type dress.
I'm very happy for you. Canvey Island, Kerry.
Hello.
Hello.
Right, it's about short skirts.
Yes.
I'm 23 years old.
Oh, yes.
And I don't always wear short skirts.
Yes.
But now it's so nice and hot, I do.
You do?
Yes. And at the moment I've got shorts or not a skirt. I go to my dad's and he says, don't you think you're a bit too old to wear a short skirt?
Does he?
Yes. You've got children now, he says. You shouldn't wear that.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
20? You're too old?
Yes. But he seems to forget. My mum used to wear them when she was younger.
Yes.
And he didn't mind looking then, did he?
No, he didn't.
No. And as for the wolf whistles...
Yes.
You have to learn how to take them.
You do?
If you get them, you just ignore them.
Yes.
The girls that turn around and edge them on, they're asking for trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But no one should dictate to people what they're not allowed to wear and what they should wear.
Fair point. But it has to be said, nobody asks to be attacked. Natalie, hi.
Hello?
Morning.
I think that women who wear short skirts shouldn't be seen as they deserve to be raped.
Women deserve to be raped.
No, they shouldn't be seen that they deserve to be raped because they wear short skirts.
I agree with you totally.
You know, in the summertime,
yes,
women wear short skirts and shorts because they're hot.
Yes.
I mean, of course, some wear it to be attractive, but it doesn't mean that men should rape them.
Well, a woman's allowed to wear whatever she wants, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And whether it's hot, cold, whether the skirt's short or long, it's entirely up to a woman.
Yeah.
This old rhetoric that usually, well, blokes come out with, although we're asking for it because they had a short skirt on. I think it's a very simple question. Does any woman really ask to be raped? The answer's no.
No. I
Dead simple.
wear T-shirts saying rape me.
Well, exactly. You know, it's crazy. Thanks for the point anyway. London, Colin.
Hello, Ian.
Hi.
Yeah, I was just going to repeat what Valerie said because in my hometown, I ain't going to mention it because I've got to go out tomorrow. The thing is, like, you see these big 15-stone birds walking about, they got mini skirts on.
What are you like? Go on.
It's true. It's true. They got corned beef coloured legs, and they've got like a bag of ferrets down their tops. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think they look good. I'm sorry, but to me, it ain't good.
No.
And there's another thing I was to say. It was about the Sci-Fi Channel. They've got Tales of the Unexpected on.
It's the Sci-Fi Channel too.
And also, there was one up there. They've got another programme on there from the 70s, The Tomorrow People.
I remember that.
And there's a bloke on there who used to play in a band, a young bloke. I think he was on the drums, a band called Flintlock.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying to think of his name because I've only caught it a couple of times, so if anyone knows...
All right, Colin.
All right, that was it.
Thanks for that.
All right.
Cheers. Ta-da, Talk Radio. Wahey. And that is just about it on our first little marathon of mirth here. Filling in for James Whale, I'm Ian Collins, joined by the creatures of the night. And tomorrow, from about 10 o'clock, we'll do the whole thing again. Loads of fun, loads of stuff, lots of bits and pieces going on. So join us tomorrow from 10, but you must stick around because Nick Abbott follows the news at 1 o'clock. Top man Nick Abbott in the hot seat. You can call him on free call 0500 10 53 89. By his own admission, he doesn't know what's going to happen either. He's just sat in a chair waiting for your call. Anything you care to tell him, I suggest you bell him and explain all. James Wales here at 6:30 with breakfast on Talk Radio. 10, Scott Chisholm. 1, it's Anna Rayburn. 3, Tommy Boyd. 5, Peter Neely with Drive Time. 7, Moz D. And, of course, us again doing our thing from 10 o'clock. From myself, Ian Collins, and, of course, from the creatures of the night, they are Mike and Asher.
See you later tomorrow, mate.
See you, Bubba. Cheers. Have a great Tuesday. Bye-bye.